Well, how are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to Neighborly Homestead. My name is Tim, if you haven't been here before. This is most likely going to be the third video for building our maple syrup arch. Um, yeah, pretty sure part 3. And I'm in the shop again today. We've had quite the weather the last few days here in Western New York. We had about 2 feet of snow at home Wednesday night into Thursday, and then it got super cold. We had down to single digits last night. Today's Saturday, but I'm in the shop again today trying to work on this thing. I'm going to flip the camera around here and show you where we're at, some different things we've got done, and yeah. So I know in the last video had gotten the plates cut for all the sides. I haven't put those in yet because I'm trying to get as much work done in here as I can before this side is blocked off. But anyways, I have the hole cut in the back with some nuts tacked on. And you can see that there that is where the fan blower is going to mount. And then I was also working on that piece of channel iron that I found out in the weeds. And I'm making that into a manifold. So that is going to weld over top of the hole inside the firebox. And then we're going to have 6 tubes going across. Those are the little angle cutoffs from the iron worker that I showed in one of the other videos. So these 2 holes are 1/2 inch diameter. The next ones out are 3/4. And then the ones here on the ends are 1 inch. I did that because with the blower going to be mounted right here in the middle from the back side, thinking that there's going to be less air wanting to come down to this end, so I figured I'd open these holes up to go through the tubes, and hopefully it's going to work. I have no idea. We're going to find out. So right now I'm getting ready to put that piece in there, get the height, get it where I want it for height, and get it welded to that plate. And then I'll be able to weld my bolts at the front where my tubes for the grate are going to mount to. So what I'm doing there, this is one of the tubes. I just tacked a flat washer to the end of it. So the thought process with that is I'll be able to just make a stud that'll be able to slide down onto. Once I get this piece welded in, I'll be able to figure out how long I'll have to cut these bolts for them to set on. So these tubes are basically just going to set inside there. The only thing holding them down is going to be the fire brick at the front and the back. So 25 minus 18 and a half. So 3 1/4 inches. And a quarter. These clamps are not going to reach. There. Okay, now that we've got that clamped in place, let's get it tack welded in place. That's right there. Just making sure we're good on the hole in the back. I had to offset it, the center of the fan to the center of the manifold. I had to offset it a little bit so I had room for the nuts to mount it because they were right in the way with the channel. We got the little manifold channel welded, tacked in the back. I just tacked my pins in the front and my washers to my tubes. I'll show you how that works. There's just a bolt that's tack welded to the front and a washer that's tack welded to the end of this. And it'll just be enough to set it on there, slide it on, and they're held in with those little V-shaped angle pieces in the corner or on the face of that. So this one here, I kind of put some marks where I want to drill the holes about every 4 inches apart, and then staggered at 2 different angles. So like the hole will be here blowing this way up, so the holes won't be next to each other blowing in the same direction. They'll be staggered. So I still have to drill all those, but this should work pretty cool. Now all the distance here on the side is going to be made up with insulation and fire brick. Anyways, guys, that's going to about do it for today. I'll continue this video tomorrow. So I will be back and we will continue this project. Appreciate you sticking around this long. I know it's not your normal firewood video or anything like that, but hopefully it's something different. You can appreciate it. So I appreciate you watching and for the support. Hit that thumbs up for me, and we'll see you a little bit later. Well, it's the next day. Welcome back. Been a couple minutes for you, if that, but we're back in the shop. We're going to try to get a little bit more done today. And I got I was running out of room on my camera last night, so I had to get some stuff cleared off. So now I got some space. I was working on the grate for under the fire. So we got the manifold part made with the varying sized holes. We got the little angle iron cutoffs to hold the tubes for the grate. Those are welded on. So this is just tacked to this back plate right now. I'm going to go ahead and get that welded to it. I also have the bolts tack welded inside at the front of the firebox right now to hold the other end of the tubes for the grate. I'm going to get those welded up as well. And then we'll be able to start welding the sheets in, get the one on the bottom, get the sides in, and it's really going to start looking like something, not just a skeleton. So, all right. All right, so as you saw there, the bolts are welded in. The air manifold is welded to the back panel. Right now, we're going to install the sides. Got the bottom plate put back in. I'm going to wait to weld it till the sides are in there. I'll try to get you guys here in a good spot. See if we can get these in. I did test fit them earlier. I should say when I made them, but that's something I did not plan on. Okay, that's a problem. These bolts for the grate are in the way. Try going this way. There we go. And get a clamp to hold that over. Man, that's going to look cool. That's really going to make it come together. You get the full effect there. Now, one of the reasons I made this the way I did with angle iron and then putting the sheet steel on the inside is I wanted the accent of the frame on the outside to look nice. And then all my welds for the sheet metal and stuff would be on the inside. It just wouldn't have to make that so pretty looking. And not that it has to be pretty. It's just one of those things. If you're going to take the time to do something, you might as well do it right. Take a little pride in your work. I don't like looking at something that I built and thinking, I do it all the time, but think, oh, I should have took a little more time doing that, or I should have done this a little different. Sometimes you got to just take a little extra time to think things through. And if, like I said, if you're going to take the time to do it in a manner that you're going to be happy with it. Do it in a manner that it's going to look nice. It just makes it that much more rewarding, I think. So now we're going to work on welding it in at the bottom, coming around the edges. Probably just going to do some little stitch welds all along in there. Not going to get too carried away. I really don't think it needs to be welded 100%, but okay, well that one's all tacked in. A little bit of a pain in the butt, but you got to make sure you've got the plate pushed to the outside. I'll work on the other side, and the one on the bottom, I guess. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this thing is really starting to come together. It's really starting to look pretty cool. I am starting to get pretty excited about this. I guess I'm undecided at this point if I need to weld them sheets to the inside 100% or not. My worry if I don't weld them 100%, how much smoke leakage am I going to get going through? And there's going to be 2 inches of insulation in here, plus fire brick up in the firebox. I guess if you built an arch like this before, I don't know how many of you would have, but if you've done anything like this, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think on that. I just don't want to only stitch weld it or spot weld it if you know, later on find out that this thing's going to be leaking smoke through the sides or whatever. With forced air on it, that's my biggest concern. So I guess I'll think about it a little bit, see what I'm going to do. Okay guys, I got one of the tubes, got it in here in our Bridgeport, one of our Bridgeport mills, and I've got some holes or some circles with some marks. I'm going to drill some holes in this, and I want to test that blower through that thing and see what it's going to do in all the different locations to see if I need to change the hole size on some of them or not. So I'm going to get drill and get these in here. Got my edge finder now. This way I can get on the center of the tube. 7 holes, 3/8 diameter. The ones that are in line with each other are 4 inches apart, so they're every 2 inches, so they're staggered. Let's go try it out. Well guys, I got the blower on there, temporarily wired up, running. And the thing I just figured out, so if you remember on our manifold, the 2 center ones were 1/2 inch holes and the next ones out were 3/4, and the ones on the ends were 1 inch. Well, if I put this tube in the center, obviously when I'm done, all of the tubes are going to have holes in them. But if I put this tube in the center, one of the center 2 locations, no air comes out of them holes at all. If I move it to the outside where the 1 inch holes are, then I finally get airflow blowing out of those holes. So I'm not really sure if all those holes were 1 inch through that thing, if that would work. Or if I'm just going to need a bigger blower. I don't know. Anyways, that's going to do it for right now, until I can get some other stuff figured out. And I'll see what I can bring you guys along for next. I appreciate you watching. If this is the end of the video, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll get to do some stuff during the week. So, but I appreciate you watching. Thanks for sticking around and watching it this long if you have. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.